Hello and welcome back to another video. If you are new, my name is Alea. Everyone call me Lay. Welcome to the channel. Here I talk about business. I do a little bit of YouTube stuff. I'm just all over the place a little bit. But the main focus is getting you to start a business. If you're returning, what's up y'all? I know I didn't upload the last video, but if you're staying updated with me on my personal page, you know why. With that being said, let's get into the video. So as you can see by the title, what we're going to be talking about is finding your aesthetic. Having an aesthetic is like the icing on top. Wait, what? The cherry on top. It's like the icing on the cake, that finishing touch. And I know what you're thinking. What even is an aesthetic? Well, good old dictionary.com says,
here's some information.
Can you read it? Whatever. In other words, forget dictionary.com. Here's what I think is an aesthetic. My definition of an aesthetic is following a certain type of font and color and just stick with it. So if you see my Instagram or my website, then you know that I follow a very specific color pattern. The main two colors I try to focus on are purple and pink. Mainly because those are really my two favorite colors now. I never, ever used to like pink, but I loved rose gold. And I decided to compromise and was like, okay, pink is not that bad. And it's a great color on me, I must say. Not only that, yeah, I did used to hate the color pink, but the more I became a believer of Christ, the more I was appreciative of all the colors that he made. And not even just colors, but everything in general. Beings, insects, any type of living organism. I loved everything. That's not what's to focus on in this video, but I just had to say that. Back on topic. On my Instagram page, just so that purple and pink wouldn't become overwhelming, I decided to add a little bit of white and a little bit of black, because why not? It just makes the actual colors pop a little bit more. I know this is about an aesthetic, but can we please get into the hairstyle for the one time? Because Lay was really about to cry doing this hairstyle, and it just came to me. I did this style with a low bun, and I said, why not do it with a high bun? But my hair really is not acting right today. It's really doing a yin and yang type of thing. So this side, I already told my mother, is crick walking, but this side knew the assignment.
I understood the assignment.
All A's. This one got an A-. So basically, an aesthetic is a series of colors and a repetitive design that stays true to your liking. How I found mine, really like I just said, by simply using my favorite colors. So if you're thinking about making your own aesthetic, what are your favorite colors? Your favorite color could be red, but you don't want the whole entire page to be red because that's overwhelming. I really like pink a lot now, and what I wanted to do with my website is I wanted to have a pink tint, like a super light pink tint in the background, but the way Shopify set up, it wasn't acting right, and it wouldn't let me do that. The only pink that I could find was really bold, and my words are already purple. I wasn't doing that. I had to compromise for it, and I'm okay with that. Now, on my business page, I'm gonna actually just show a little clip of how my business page looks. And I would say I dressed it up really nice. When I first started, I was just posting things all willy-nilly. I didn't really have a color scheme. I didn't really have a design I wanted to go with. I just wanted to post stuff. And now I see that that is a problem. Because if you don't post anything that's not eye-catching, it's not going to catch the eye, and no one's really going to want to look at the rest and see what else you have to offer. Anyways, find your favorite colors and just use that. But dress it up in a nice way. Another thing that you can use when finding your aesthetic is finding some of your favorite themes. They're basically like backgrounds. So you're the type of person that like brick, clouds, flowers, grass. What do you like in your backgrounds? What's something that's really eye-catching? Say you're making a Canva post and you always like using clouds. I really like using clouds. Anytime I forget to make a thumbnail, my go-to for my no-face thumbnails are always clouds. But if you did ever see something where I didn't use a cloud, 9 times out of 10, I thought it was a little bit overwhelming, but it's really nice. So I try to use a distinctive type of picture that's clouds in the same color scheme, but not the same exact picture. So if you're the type of person that like bricks, it could be bricks like this, bricks like that, bricks like these. As long as you try to dress it up and you can mess with the tints and do all of this other stuff, it's always going to look nice, like always. Now my YouTube my YouTube channel is a little bit more colorful than my business page. With my business page, I want it to be just a tad bit more sophisticated, so that's why I add in the whites and the blacks and these backgrounds that are just like, what? And I try to just add those a couple more times. I just try to be as professional as I can while being myself. On YouTube, everything is bright and colorful and fun because that's my personality. All on my entire YouTube, every video I do is just my personality, and I feel like these colors represent that very well. So when it comes to making aesthetic, when it comes to doing anything for your YouTube, for your business, you always want to put yourself in it, and an aesthetic is the perfect way of doing that. Moving on to fonts. So on my business page, we're gonna skip the YouTube portion of this because on my thumbnails I use a million different fonts and I never really pick the right one. The main one I do use is Anton because it's bold. I really like that, but I always try to dress it up in any type of way to make it eye-catching depending on what the actual thumbnail will be. So I can change that around, that's fine. But for my business page, cursive everything. I try to use cursive as much as I can, but then I remember I said it in my last video when I said you have to find your audience, whether old or young people, and a lot of old people, not old people, but I just know a lot of people in that 40 and up age range that follow my business pages aren't really able to read the cursive that well, but me and my age ranges can read it. So I do switch it up a little bit so it's easier to read, especially if it's something that I really want them to know. But if it's something like a sale or a new drop or something that I think is really big, I will use that cursive font because that is part of my aesthetic and that's what I want the eye-catching detail to be a part of on my website. If you're making a social media page for your business and you have a specific font that you actually like for one of your posts, try to incorporate that in the rest of them. No matter what you do, no matter what different colors you use, try to dress it up so that it always matches and never clashes. Your girl really is up next. Like, sign me. Honestly, that's all I have for you. That's all I have for you today. When it comes to aesthetic, make sure you follow a color scheme, a theme, and a font. That's the best way to go. Really, an aesthetic is not something you need, but it's something that could really boost up your business pages, boost up your YouTube channels, and anything. If you do need a little bit more advice on this, I recommend, of course, looking at another small business owner that you admire. Pull little things from out of their page and see what you can do to make it your own. I always say this because it's not easy. I may make it sound easy. I can make it sound like it was the easiest thing in the world and it took me a day, 1 hour, 1 second to do. But honestly, it's not easy. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video. Wow. So with that being said, I will see you in the next video.